Hello children, Manashi ma'am is back with radioactivity part 2. In part 1, I have explained to you what is the meaning of radioactivity, what is the meaning of radioactive element, isotopes, isobars and isotones. Okay, now I will be discussing about the properties of alpha particles. Properties of alpha particles. Now, the first property, an alpha particle consists of two protons and two neutrons. So basically, alpha particle consists of two protons and two neutrons. Okay, so this is the structure of alpha particle. Okay, now this alpha particle is similar to a helium nucleus containing two protons and two neutrons. These are the protons and these are the neutrons. So it is similar to helium nucleus. Okay, now the second property, the mass of an alpha particle is roughly 4 times the mass of proton. So mass of alpha particle is approximately 4 times the mass of proton. Okay, then the third property, the speed of alpha particles is less than the speed of light. Okay, the speed of alpha particles is less than the speed of light. Also, it is different for different alpha particles emitted by different substances, different radioactive substances. Then alpha particle strongly ionizes the gas through which it passes. So alpha particles ionize the gas through which they pass. Okay, then alpha particles penetrating power is quite less or quite small. So alpha particles have less penetrating power. They can be stopped even by a thin card or sheet or thick paper. Okay, so alpha particles can be stopped by a thick sheet of paper or a thin card. Okay, Alpha particles are positively charged. Alpha particles are positively charged. So they are deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Alpha particles affect photographic plate. Alpha particles affect photographic plate. Okay. Alpha particles cause fluorescence on striking a fluorescent material. Alpha particles cause fluorescence. Okay. Now I will be discussing about the properties of alpha particles. Properties of alpha particles. Now, the first property, an alpha particle consists of two protons and two neutrons. So basically, alpha particle consists of two protons and two neutrons. Okay, so this is the structure of alpha particle. Okay, now this alpha particle is similar to a helium nucleus containing two protons and two neutrons. These are the protons and these are the neutrons. So it is similar to helium nucleus. Okay, now the second property, the mass of an alpha particle is roughly 4 times the mass of proton. So mass of alpha particle is approximately 4 times the mass of proton. Okay. Then the third property, the speed of alpha particles is less than the speed of light. Okay. The speed of alpha particles is less than the speed of light. Also, it is different for different alpha particles emitted by different substances, different radioactive substances. Then alpha particle strongly ionizes the gas through which it passes. So alpha particles ionize the gas through which they pass. Okay, then alpha particles penetrating power is quite less or quite small. So alpha particles have less penetrating power. They can be stopped even by a thin card or sheet or thick paper. Okay, so alpha particles can be stopped by a thick sheet of paper or a thin card. Okay, alpha particles are positively charged. Alpha particles are positively charged. So they are deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Alpha particles affect photographic plate. Alpha particles affect photographic plate. Okay. Alpha particles cause fluorescence on striking a fluorescent material. Alpha particles cause fluorescence on striking a fluorescent material. Then alpha particles have large kinetic energy, so they are used to bombard nucleus of an atom of one element to convert into another element. Okay, so alpha particles have large kinetic energy, so they are used to bombard, so they are used in bombarding the nucleus of an atom of one element to convert into another element. Then alpha particles destroy living cells and cause biological damage. Alpha particles destroy living cells, okay, and cause biological damage. And cause biological damage. Alpha particles get scattered while passing through thin mica or gold foils. So these are the main important properties of alpha particles. Now, properties of beta particles. Properties of beta particles. Beta particles are basically fast moving electrons emitted from the nucleus of an atom. So, beta particles are fast moving electrons emitted from the nucleus of an atom. Okay, they are represented by beta minus 1 and 0 or E minus 1 and 0. Okay, though cathode rays are also fast moving electrons, but they differ in their origin. Beta particles are given out from the nucleus, while cathode rays are given out from the orbital electrons, that the electrons which are revolving in the orbits. Okay, now the speed of beta particles is slightly less than, is always less than the speed of light. So the speed of beta particles no doubt is more than alpha particles, but it is less than the speed of light. Okay, then beta particles ionize the gas through which they pass. Beta particles ionize the gas through which they pass. Okay, the penetrating power of beta particles is more than that of alpha particles, but less than that of gamma particles. So penetrating power of beta particles is more than that of the penetrating power of alpha particles, but less than the penetrating power of gamma particle. Okay, beta particles are negatively charged. Beta particles are negatively charged. Beta particles affect photographic plate. Okay, beta particles cause fluorescence. Some are similar properties like alpha particles. Beta particles cause fluorescence on striking a fluorescent material. Okay, beta particles produce X-rays when they are stopped by metals. Okay, and beta particles cause more biological damage than alpha particles. Beta particles cause more biological damage than alpha particles. Okay, welcome back children. Now let me continue radioactivity. In today's session, I will start with properties of gamma radiations. The first property, gamma radiations are electromagnetic waves like X-rays and light. Okay, gamma radiations are electromagnetic waves like light. Okay, the speed of gamma radiations is same as speed of light. Speed of gamma radiations is same as speed of light. Okay, the ionizing power of gamma radiations is very low. The ionizing power of gamma radiations is very low. The penetrating power of gamma radiations is very high. The penetrating power of gamma radiations is very high. Okay, then like X-rays and light rays, gamma radiations are not deflected by the electric and magnetic fields. Okay, since they are not charged, they do not have charged particles. So gamma radiations are not deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Okay, gamma radiations also affect photographic plate. This is a common property of all alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, gamma radiations also affect photographic plate. Gamma radiations cause fluorescence when they strike a fluorescent material. This is another common property of all alpha, beta and gamma rays, that is they cause fluorescence. So gamma radiations cause fluorescence. Fluorescence fluorescence when they strike. Gamma radiations cause fluorescence when they strike fluorescent material. Okay. Gamma radiations also get diffracted by crystals like X-rays. Okay. Get diffracted or get distracted by X-rays. The origin of gamma radiations is the nucleus, unlike the X-rays whose origin are the electrons. Whose origin is the transition of electrons in the inner orbits. Gamma radiations can easily pass through the human body, therefore they cause immense biological damage. Gamma radiations cause immense biological damage. Gamma radiations are useful in treatment of cancer. Now, let us compare the properties of all the three, that is gamma, beta and alpha rays. Okay, so nature, these alpha particles are a stream of positively charged particles, that is helium nuclei. Beta particles, stream of negatively charged particles. These are alpha particles are positively charged, beta particles are negatively charged, and gamma radiations are highly energetic electromagnetic radiations. They don't have any charge. Beta particles are negatively charged, alpha particles are positively charged. Speed less than speed of light, very close to speed of light, equal to the speed of light. Rest mass 4 times the mass of protons, equal to the mass of electron, no mass. Charge, positive charge 2 times the charge of protons, negative charge, no charge. Gamma radiations have no charge. Beta particles have negative charge. Alpha particles have positive charge. Effect of electric and magnetic field. Alpha particles are less deflected. Beta particles more deflected than alpha particles, and gamma radiations are unaffected. Ionizing power is maximum in case of alpha particles, less than alpha particles, and minimum in gamma radiations. Penetrating power small in alpha particles, large in case of beta particles, very large in gamma radiations. Stopping substance, thin paper, human skin can stop alpha particles. Up to 1 millimeter thick lead of about 5 millimeter thick of aluminum sheet can stop the beta particles. About 30 centimeter thick lead sheet or few meter thick concrete wall also can stop. That is, the penetrating power is more. Biological damage, less damage by alpha particles, more damage by beta particles, and immense damage by gamma radiations. So this is the comparison of these properties of alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, so if you learn this table, you will know the properties of all the three. Okay. Next we have, so what we have learnt is, out of the three radiations, alpha, beta and gamma, the gamma radiations are more energetic and therefore they have a smaller rate of collisions with the atoms or molecules of the medium through which they pass. Thus, they have least ionizing power but maximum penetrating power. On the other hand, alpha particles are least energetic and therefore they suffer more collisions. Thus, they have maximum ionizing power but least penetrating power. Okay. Now, we will move on to the next topic. Changes within the nucleus in alpha, beta, gamma emission. That is, when an atom emits an alpha or beta or gamma emission, what changes take place in the nucleus of the atom? Very, very important. So now we are going to do a very important topic. Changes within the nucleus in alpha, beta, gamma emission. Now, so we have till now read that radioactive substances are not stable. Their nucleus undergoes spontaneous decay by the self emission of either alpha or beta or gamma radiation to form a more stable nucleus. So the emission of alpha, beta and gamma radiation is a nuclear change. In the emission of alpha and beta radiation, there is a change in the number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, while in the emission of gamma radiation, there is only a change in the energy of the nucleus and no change in the number of protons and neutrons takes place. Okay, so let us learn first one, alpha emission. Now, if an unstable nucleus contains much more neutrons than the number of protons, it may emit a particle containing 2 protons and 2 neutrons tightly bound together, known as alpha particle. Okay. Now, if the nucleus X of a radioactive element of mass number A and atomic number Z emits an alpha particle, that means suppose the nucleus of an atom X, which is a radioactive element whose mass number is A and atomic number is Z, emits an alpha particle. So, when it emits an alpha particle, what happens? The daughter nucleus Y, that is the resulting nucleus Y, we call it daughter nucleus here. The daughter nucleus Y of the new element is formed, which has mass number equal to A minus 4 and atomic number equal to Z minus 2. Why? Because the helium particle mass is 4 and mass number is 4 and atomic number is 2. Okay. So, that is, due to the emission of alpha particle, atomic number Z decreases by 2 units and mass number A decreases by 4 units. So this change is expressed in this form, in the form of a reaction. So this gives the daughter nucleus Y, whose mass number will be reduced by 4 and atomic number will be reduced by 2. So this is the parent nucleus. This is the daughter nucleus. Now for the daughter nucleus, the mass number reduces by 4 and atomic number reduces by 2, plus a helium, that is alpha particle, is represented as He24, that is alpha particle. Okay. Now let me take an example of radioactive uranium nucleus, that is uranium 92 238, that is A is 238 and Z is 92. When it emits an alpha particle, it forms thorium Th 90 and 234. See, its mass number reduces by 4 and atomic number reduces by 2, plus helium 2 4. When you add these two, you must get back, because according to conservation of energy, conservation of mass can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay. Then beta emission. Beta emission. When unstable nucleus contains neutrons more than the protons, a neutron may change into a proton by emitting an electron for charge conservation. The electron given out from the nucleus at a high speed is called a beta particle. So the change can be represented by this following equation. So now suppose when a beta particle is emitted, the number of nucleons in the nucleus, that is sum of protons and neutrons, remains same, but the number of neutrons is decreased by 1 and the number of protons is increased by 1. So let us take an example, you will understand better. Suppose this is a parent nucleus, atomic mass A, atomic number Z. Now when this emits a beta particle, the daughter nucleus formed will have Q Z plus 1 and A remains same. So Z increases by 1 while the mass A remains, atomic mass remains same. So this is the daughter nucleus. And a beta particle is formed, which is represented as E minus 1 and 0. This is beta particle. Okay. So let us take an example. Radioactive carbon nucleus, say C614, when it emits beta particle, it forms N7 and 14. So this remains same, this gets increased by 1 plus beta particle, that is E0 and minus 1. Okay. Now gamma emission. In many cases, an alpha or beta emission is found to be followed by gamma emission. It occurs when the daughter or the parent nucleus is in a state of excitation. That is, it has an excess of energy. This extra energy is released in the form of electromagnetic radiation known as gamma radiation. The gamma ray takes no mass and no electric charge from the nucleus, that is, no neutrons and protons are lost. Hence, the nucleus does not decay into a different nucleus. There is no change in the mass number A and atomic number Z nucleus when gamma emission takes place. So, the gamma emission can be represented by the following equation. Parent nucleus, say X, mass number A, atomic number Z, remains X AZ plus gamma radiation. Okay. So, when gamma radiation occurs, there is no change in the parent nucleus and daughter nucleus. When beta emission takes place, the atomic number increases by 1, the mass number remains same, and when alpha emission takes place, then when alpha emission takes place, the atomic number reduces by 2 and the mass number reduces by 4, and this is the alpha particle helium-24. Okay, is that clear? So, if we summarize all these three emissions, we can summarize in a tabular column like this. So, when alpha decay happens, mass number reduces by 4, atomic number reduces by 2. Okay. When beta decay happens, there is no change in mass number, but atomic number increases by 1. And when gamma radiation or gamma decay happens, no change in mass, no change in atomic number. No change in mass number and no change in atomic number. Clear?